Mm. Okay. Ooh. Hello, how the heck are y'all? I'm Carl Bledsoe Jr. Thank you so much for swiping, tapping, clicking, and or creeping to my channel. This is episode 8 of C.A.R.L. Conversations about real life. Outside for this one, close to Beale Street, but I do have my mask just in case people show up. I'm at a pretty historic place, Robert Church Park down here. Look it up in case you don't know. But this is where like the NAACP used to meet in Memphis, and a bunch of really important speakers or whatever from back in the day met here. And this place was burned down by white people. Anyway, like I said, I have my mask just in case. Shout out House of Mbabazi. We love you. It's Memphis brand, black business. We love to support. Shout out Jazz Durags. We love to support. Shout out Aware Causes. We love the support. And last but not least, y'all check out my shirt. Yee. Afric Market, you already know. Use Carlos 20 to get 20% off your order from Afric Market. And yeah, you can still hear the announcements for the clubs or whatever. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm trying to make this in one take. But anyway, this episode I want it to be about just being a creative being. It's me. I'm I'm featuring myself for this episode. I want to talk about being a creative and being a black male creative that's very open-minded or whatever. You can say queer if you want or whatever. I don't really use any type of description really whenever I just talk about people I like, because if I see somebody I like, I just say I like them. But anyway, specifically one moment that happened recently in the past like few weeks, I wore some some bomb black lipstick by Rihanna, the Fenty line, you know. It's called Uninvited. Shout out Rihanna. Shout out Fenty. If y'all trying to hire me, like, what's good? And it wasn't, you know, as well received as I would have hoped. And I mean, that was to be expected, unfortunately, right? So I was wearing it. I went out the house and I got on Instagram and I told people, like, hey, on my Instagram story, like, hey, y'all, I'm nervous to wear this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm growing or whatever, and you got to push yourself and be uncomfortable sometimes. My professor used to tell me, oh, you got to lean into the discomfort. That's exactly what I was doing. It was a very hard lean. Anyway, my dad sent me a text after I posted a picture from, not that shoot, but of just me wearing the lipstick for a different time. Just when I first bought it, I took pictures, you know. And context, right? Context. He's, you know, black, male, Southern, Baptist preacher guy. So that's his, you know, but his children are very, like, creative, like, open-minded, like, free, you know, like that, right? So you think it's whatever. Yeah, he sends me this text, right, with the picture, talking about how, oh, this concerns me, like, call me, right? And I'm like, that was on the same day where I was still nervous about wearing the lipstick or whatever, the lip paint, I think is what it's officially called. But yeah, I didn't respond because I was already like shaky or whatever with my confidence, and that was just gonna, like, you know, bring me down a lot. Shout out to all the people who did send me messages like, Carl, we love you, like, oh, that's a cool look or whatever, like, that was great. Like, I needed that. And I'm usually, you know, person giving off like those good vibes or whatever, but I really needed it right then. So I appreciate y'all coming through for that. Anyway, I ended up calling dude later, like a week after that, and it wasn't a conversation meant to be about that. Well, meant to be. I wasn't planning on that conversation to be about that, but it was turned into that, and then it was turned into like your sexuality and stuff like that, which has always been like something that other people use to describe me. Like, I don't usually give myself any kind of official label for sexuality. You know, I've always just liked what I like, and then other people just like assumed, you know. Anyway, but it got to that type of conversation, became that kind of conversation, and it was not really comfortable for me. I felt very defensive, but I mean, my dad wasn't like attacking me. I just don't like those types of conversations. So I was like, And I mean, I love my dad. I love him, no shade. You know, I love my dad. I love my family. And apparently, speaking of family, family members have been reaching out to him asking like, hey, is Carl gay? Like, hey, like, what's up with Carl? Like, have you seen this picture or whatever? And I'm like, why didn't they just contact me? You know? Anyway, I keep talking with him and we talk about the picture and I'm like, yo, it's this thing I wanted to do, which is honest. And he was like, okay, well, you know, I don't like it, but it's whatever. I'm telling you know how I feel. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, you know, for him to be comfortable enough to confide in me, his like opinion and like emotions or whatever. That's love, you know, it's an angle, right? So I appreciate that. Love you, Dad. You've got a very weird son. Anyway, the phone ended, like the call ended or whatever, amicably. Like I said, I love you, talk to you later or whatever. He said something very similar. But I still felt some kind of way, like after the phone call was over, like why is that like how it is? Like, I don't like it, but I don't know what I'm gonna do about it right now. This is just the episode, I'm just talking about it. Like, I'm probably not gonna cut this like at all. It's just gonna be like one take, Jay-Z style, you feel me? Yeah, but that was tough. I'm still working through that, still working on my confidence again. And I mean, I'm confident and I'm thankful or whatever, but yeah, in case anybody else is going through that, like, you're not alone. You are not alone. Anyway, he's so weird. I can end it here. Thank you for listening. If you listened this long, I love my city, I love my people. It's all love for me. And I'm just growing. We'll see what happens next, you know? Shout out one more time real fast. Shout out Afric Market with Memphis, Tennessee. You can customize the shirt. I forgot to say that earlier. You can customize it for whatever location you want it to be. Of course, I chose Memphis because, come on, home. And then oh, goodness gracious. Shout out Jazz Durags. Shout out Aware Causes. Carlos 20 is the discount code, you know, 20% off your order. Same for Afric Market, Carlos 20. And yeah, you know, black business right here, Jazz Durags, Black Memphis, yeah, black business for Afric Market also. We love to support. Oh, my mask is also black business, House of Mbabazi, you know, Mbabazi. In the Cooper Arts District, you know, we love. And that's about it, y'all. I love you. I'll talk to you later. I appreciate y'all so much. Changing up the outro right now. Anyway, I love you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.